So here in this cluster of saplings are 2 white birches. The 2 on the left are white birches. The one on the right is a gray birch. And so you can see with the highlighting of the sun behind it, this one on the far left, you can already see the bark starting to exfoliate and peel into thin strips. You can see it blowing in the breeze a little bit there. I'll zoom in. All right, this is, again, classic white or paper birch characteristic where that bark will begin to exfoliate at a relatively young age. The gray birch here on the right doesn't really do that. It's not known for exfoliating and peeling away. The white birch, and I'm not going to do this because I'd lose the camera, but if you were to rub your hands on this white birch bark, just the outside of it, you'd kind of come away with a chalky residue on your hand. And with the gray birch, you don't get that at all. The other thing to look at is the branch scars. So as we look at this gray birch, you can see here where there's a branch that has been shaded out and is dying, and that'll break off. And it has that scar on the bark that's kind of an upside down V. Some people think it looks like, you know, if you were drawing a cat's face and you were going to draw the whiskers in the nose, you would start with that kind of an upside down V or that cat's whiskers mark. The white birch doesn't have that as much, right? So here, this is a white birch, and you can kind of see that V-shaped marking, but that will fade away pretty quickly as the bark expands and the tree ages a little bit. Where on the gray birch, you'll see those all up the stem, and those will persist for a long time on the stem of the gray birch, not so much on the white birch. Gray birch is a relatively short-lived species. It's a pioneer. It needs full sunlight. So most gray birches are only going to live somewhere between 30 and 60 years, whereas white birches are a little bit more shade tolerant, and they can get to be upwards of 80 to 100 years old, or even older, and sometimes 18 inches in diameter, or even much larger than that. The white birches are the trees that people used to make, and some artisans still make canoes out of their bark, but you need a tree that is usually 18 inches in diameter or more to have enough bark to peel of the right thickness to make a canoe.